Building a PC has always been exciting, whether it's for gaming or editing. And if you are building a PC for gaming or editing, one thing your computer won't survive without is graphics card. But have you ever wondered, why do we actually need a graphics card? Can we just use CPU to do all the work that GPU does? Well, in this video we're gonna talk exactly about it. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Let's first clear the terms that we use. GPU is the actual chip under the heatsink, whereas graphics card is the whole thing. So GPU or graphics processing unit is a processor specialized for rendering images on computer screen. So one might ask, in theory graphics card does contain same things as CPU, a fan, a heatsink and a processing unit. So why not use CPU for rendering graphics? We even find cores on both devices. However, CPU has small number of cores, 2 or 4 or 6, and number has been increasing as recently AMD has launched 64 core CPU. So these cores are very powerful on their own, and each of them is given a different task to perform, which is known as multitasking. On the other hand, a GPU has large number of cores. A GTX 1650 has 896 CUDA cores and it is low range GPU. Now the cores in GPU are not as powerful as cores in a CPU, but due to such high number of cores, a mathematical calculation can easily be done because GPU uses all of its cores on one process, unlike a CPU which focuses on multitasking. So CPU is really good at performing daily tasks like reading, using internet and a lot of other stuff. But GPU is specially designed for one specific thing, and that is to render graphics and images that we see on the screen. An image is made up of millions of pixels, and CPU sends information about every pixel to GPU, which performs complex mathematical calculations on it. As GPU creates images, it needs somewhere to hold the information. So it uses cards RAM, which is known as VRAM, for this purpose. Part of VRAM can also act as frame buffer, meaning it can hold completed images until it is time to display them. Typically, video RAM operates at very high speed and it is dual ported, meaning the system can read from it and write on it at the same time. When the time comes to display the image, GPU outputs it and it is displayed on the screen. So to sum it up, to process an image, a lot of mathematical and geometrical calculations are required, and GPU is specialized hardware which is designed to do just that very quickly. GPUs are also used in scientific research, data analysis and CAD modeling, because these activities also require mathematical calculations. You can game on CPU, but it won't simply be able to render images quickly enough, and you will encounter what is called lag, stutter or low FPS. So I hope now you know the basic difference between CPU and GPU. So this is it for this video, and see you guys in the next one.